You could just announce.
Good morning, Monticello Middle School. I'm Mr. Sherber, middle school principal.
And I'm Mrs. Sandquist. I'm the assistant principal. We are going to just sit tight here a little bit as people trickle in to the live stream before we really get going. So just give us a minute here and we will be with you in a second.
We'll wait to hear from Gavin when we've got the word that most M&Ms are logged on.
Mr. Sherber, did you have a good weekend?
Outstanding weekend. A little touch of summer.
It was a warm one.
And it sounds like we can anticipate more of that.
I did hear there's rain in the forecast at the end of the week.
You know, I just dialed back on my sprinklers this last couple of weeks, and now I might have to dial it up.
That's good. The farmers are going to start getting crops out of their fields soon, though, aren't they? Is that going to impact them?
That's indeed started already.
Okay.
Your typical farmer, you either got enough rain or not enough rain.
That's
it's
true.
Something to complain about.
That's a good point. Gavin, what's the update? How many do we have in there?
We currently have 18 M&Ms in the live stream.
Homecoming went well.
Homecoming went really well.
Very impressed with our 8th graders. Did a great job displaying those star qualities out there in the community.
I really appreciated how into the game a lot of our middle school fans were. They did a really good job cheering for our team, which I was really proud of. I thought they did a good job.
The sportsmanship for the other team was also very evident as well.
I agree.
There were several times when somebody may have gotten hurt from the other team, and they did a great job showing support for that individual.
I agree. All right, Gavin, what's our status here?
Well, we only have 19. I'm going to resend the link out to all staff in the middle school just in case they don't have access to it.
Okay, and this is being recorded, I believe, so we can always record it and have them share it in their M&M at a later date.
All right, just sent the mass email, so we should have hopefully a big number soon.
Okay. We can get going and do a recording, or do you want to wait for him, Mr. Sherber? Okay, we're gonna go. All right, are you gonna introduce yourself again?
Yes.
I think we should.
Yes. Middle schoolers, I'm Mr. Sherber, middle school principal.
And again, I'm Mrs. Sandquist, the assistant principal here at the middle school. Thanks for hanging in there with us, you guys. We have just a couple things we want to go over today. The first being that we do have an altered schedule that is being flashed on the screen right now. You'll notice you've been in M&M for about an hour. We've got a couple more minutes for our M&M, and just sit tight if we go into second hour. We want to make sure we get through our broadcast. You guys have just finished going over bus evacuation drill and handbook expectations and a handbook quiz and a bus quiz. Thank you for being active participants. You should have signed off that you participated in those things during your M&M today. Those signatures do mean something. It is an acknowledgement that you have and know the expectations for our middle school handbook and for being on the bus. So thank you for participating in those things this morning.
Just a shout out to our 6th graders and the new students as well. You guys have transitioned to the middle school quite well, getting from class to class. We just want to welcome all of our 6th graders. 7th graders, you've done a great job. You've moved down here, this part of the building. You've got classes upstairs and downstairs, and you're also scheduled for specialists this year. So we're looking forward to having you guys down on this end of the building. And then again, a shout out to our 8th graders. Great job. We're looking forward to your leadership this year. You guys have done a great job. At our M&M meetings that we had right away at the beginning of the school year, we also mentioned that there's a lot of good people that care about you a great deal. If you're struggling at all, make sure you say those 5 words, do you have a minute? That's our cue to let you know that we're either going to schedule time with you or follow up right there. So just remember, do you have a minute is our cue to help out if you need help.
Thanks, Mr. Sherber. We want to take some time this morning and just do a pretty good review of our STAR Leader expectations. You guys will notice on the graphic here that we have our STAR Leader expectations, and your M&M teachers have probably been talking about them for quite a while, the first few weeks of school, and what it looks like to practice self-control, tolerance, attitude, and respect in many different areas of the building. So, Mr. Sherber, what might it look like for students to show that they're successful in their STAR Leader qualities?
Well, in the hallways and such, there might be, as we transition from our summer schedule back into school, as we go into our third week here, teachers might be reminding you to slow down and walk. They might remind you to make sure that you take all your materials with you to the next classroom. They may remind you to kind of be quiet and as we transition into the school day. Those are all things that you might hear, reminders of those STAR qualities in the halls.
And what about in the classroom, Mr. Sherber? What might it look like there?
It's basically we're asking you to honor those STAR qualities, honor your teacher expectations. Again, they may ask you to be specific enough to change a seat as we make adjustments for a new classmate. We want you to honor each classmate as well. Honor your classmates as this is a new experience for them. And then finally, honor yourself. You may have high expectations this year. You may have some goals that you're working on. Ask you to be a little bit selfish, worry about yourself, and just focus on what you want to get accomplished this year.
Thanks, Mr. Sherber. I'd like to go over a few specific pieces of information in regards to our technology expectations. A reminder that those cell phones should be in your locker at this time. They should be in your locker from 8:15 to 2:50. That's a school-wide expectation that we ask you to honor and follow. And along with that, we know that you might have AirPods that you'll be using, and we just want to make sure that those AirPods are only out, those headphones are only out if a teacher gives permission and if it's for a class-related activity. Otherwise, those are put away. Those can be left in your locker as well. As far as Chromebooks go, please ensure that they are charged each day and that you are caring for them appropriately. We do make sure that our Chromebooks work well from the Magic Tech room, and it's your responsibility to ensure that they are handled safely so that there is no damage to the Chromebook. I'd like to move in and acknowledge that our morning routine has probably been different for everybody in the building. We want to acknowledge that the buses have gotten better at being on time, and we know that there are a couple of late ones still, and that this can cause some stress. Rest assured, you are always able to grab breakfast if you need to when you get off the bus, even if it's late. So please ensure that you grab a breakfast if you need it. Along with that, when your bus gets here, your first job should be to get your stuff to your locker and go grab breakfast. The majority of our students should be eating breakfast in the cafeteria. We do not want you bringing your breakfast to your M&M if you have time to eat it in the cafeteria before the bell rings. And supervisors and classroom teachers will be asking you to return to the cafeteria if you are in the halls with a breakfast before that bell rings. A reminder that you will hear a 1-minute music sound before each period starts. That should be your cue to get your stuff from your locker and go to class. There's a 5-minute bell at 8:10 that rings as a reminder to start going that direction, and we want you to follow that as well. Our teachers will be starting to mark tardies as of today. As a review, the tardy policy states that if you get 3 tardies within a month, you will be assigned a preferred seat at lunch, potentially away from other classmates. If you hit 6 tardies in a month, you will be assigned an after-school detention. This is to ensure that you get where you are supposed to be in a timely manner so that you're able to get to where you're supposed to be.
Thanks, Ms. Sandquist. I just want to remind everybody that those are all part of that middle school experience, making sure that we got to get you where you need to be during this middle school experience. We do want to shout out to all of our 8th graders, our Magic leaders. We'll be checking in with you guys throughout the school year, seeing how the start of the school year is going. And so I want to thank this group of students that helped transition our 8th graders or our 6th graders into the building in August as well. Got about 180 days the school year. There's about 170 left. Just know it can go fast. Our 8th graders, you guys will be preparing for the high school real quick here, even registration about mid-year. So please, make the most of each day. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you.